Animals. November 3rd is my husband's birthday. My husband usually departs early for work, but he stayed home on his birthday so we could spend the day together. My daughter, 21, was meant to get up, but she said, "No, I'm going to sleep in." She rested that day, so both were home. I was feeling good because electrical troubles make my pulse rate rapid and make me dizzy, queasy, and other symptoms. I was having a good morning. I felt great. As I showered, my spouse slept in bed. I had the door open and was washing my face in the shower, so I couldn't breathe. I was speechless. There was no aid. There was nothing I could say. I automatically leaned toward the shower wall. I confronted myself as soon as I leaned against the wall, and my spirit came out of my crown. And I saw myself. Knowing what was happening, I recognized Kristen. Out of body, and I knew what was happening. When I looked at myself, I saw myself slip down, fall over, and hit my head on the bathroom marble tile. I just saw fragments. After saying, "Well, whatever you did, you got the dog's attention," my husband turned around and ran over to me on the floor. I turned blue. He shouted for my daughter and had to keep me alive with chest compressions because I would turn blue without them. I couldn't see my husband in spirit while I watched myself fall. I watched myself turn purple. "You turned blue, then purple," remarked my spouse. I then focused up on my daughter's face and saw that she's stubborn like her dad. She knew I was busy. "Let's finish," she said, concentrated and strong. I zoomed into the ambulance where they were breathing for me, and suddenly I escaped my body and became spirit. I went to God, Source, first, because I recall being bodiless. It was the best experience. I recall being there alone, twirling about, dancing in front of Source, this great ball of light. Based on my Catholic education, the best way I can characterize Source, or God, is that he appeared like a beautiful bright yellow sun or sunset, and he was so proud. He said, "You did so wonderful, what a great job," and I was pleased and filled with affection. The love you feel for your child, spouse, family, and pet is unexplainable. Just the affection I felt was tremendous. I recall feeling very light, and other than the fact that we don't have a body, there were no low vibrating emotions. No shame, guilt, wrath, nothing. Only love and joy were present, this magnificent, gorgeous feeling. I recall thinking, wow, the weight we carry as human beings, and God congratulated me. He adds, "I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of everyone." Since it's your consciousness, I recall having that uncomfortable feeling. I felt like I was gazing down, but were light, so your consciousness looked down and I saw these beams of light. These rays came to me, making me look like the sun. Source said, "Look down, and each ray of light is someone praying for you." Because I was intubated, I couldn't breathe for 18 to 20 hours, so everyone prayed for me. I don't remember, but God said, "If you look at that ray, you can go right to that person." I heard Kristen, 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 Kristen every time I looked at the different rays of light, knowing that beautiful souls and loved ones prayed for me. I talked to God about how all is mind, how our ideas are what we see outside, and how working on the self can transform and raise your consciousness. I felt liberated in spirit since I wasn't carrying those low vibrations. From then, it was like a life review with all my happy experiences on large displays. There was nothing. People talk about life reviews and how they can reveal things you've done to hurt others. My review was lovely. I remember being 1 or 2 and offering my mom a flower, and she knelt down, but I could sense her excitement and love. It then went to my parents, sisters, and husband with varied roles. I saw them coming and felt their pleasure, love, and laughing. I visited everyone from there. Angels, our guides since birth, appeared. Family and everyone I've channeled were there. We're so supported in this planet. I had channeled a young man for a friend who had died 5 years earlier many times. He was in front with a smirk, one side higher than the other, and we hugged. It was lovely. We were so happy to see one other and all of my channeled animals I've passed in my life and am connected to. I was raised Catholic, thus I think Jesus looks like that in Catholicism. Where is my heart? He touched it. It felt like the heart of my being, and telepathically he stated, "I am, you are, we are," and I realized it was our connection, love, and power. Our brains tell us what to do. The ego lives there. but our hearts are connected to spirit. It was profound to see the spirit brain and heart core. Telepathic communication eliminates the need for speech. I had to decide, remain or go back. I remembered focusing on my body. I had a murky image of myself, but they wouldn't let me see. I thought, I love her, I love this life, I love those who love me, and I'm not finished yet. I couldn't see my husband. Once I stated that it was okay, I had lifelong contracts to make and diverse experiences to have. I could remove options and say, we'll do this instead. We'll succeed. Remembering we're going to make it good. I don't remember what I took off or put on, but I was excited. When I returned to the body after writing the new contracts and decided what I would do with my life, I was back. I was back and ready, so they had to sedate me more physically. After waking up, I couldn't remember more than 30 seconds, then 2 minutes, and maybe 10 minutes. The first 4 days of my 6-day hospital stay are a blur because I was drugged. My pal told me that everything I was searching for, I couldn't think of when they came in and asked, "What did you see?" They asked me these questions on my birthday. They stapled my head and asked me questions because they knew my brain was fine after hitting it. When she said everything, you could see my eyes darting around attempting to find words and replies. When my friend's husband asked, "Kristen, what did you see?" I simply replied, "I was with God. I saw loved ones. This experience's major benefit is no pain. Our God takes us out." Once there was a panic, my heart stopped, and I was hauled out. I may have gasped. It was blink fast. With sight, there's no time. Only, after seeing a couple things, I went with spirit. We're always tied to the dead. Animals, loved ones, friends, everything. Whatever you call them, guides, angels, guardian angels are everywhere. Channeling and mediumship were one level of my near-death experience, but seeing it from the other side was deep. My guides have told me about being loved and supported, and when I channeled loved ones, my own deceased animals, and others' loved ones always remarked, "We live through and with you. Show us wonders and delight. Right by you." It's learning to experience your loved ones differently after they die, since energy never dies. We're merely in this human body for a limited time, and when we die, our energy leaves. We don't die, therefore it's all about love, connection, and learning to notice God's winks, or synchronicities, with your loved ones. Your family will offer you signs, especially if you play with them and ask, "Grandma, can you show me a cardinal? Show me a cardinal," something like that. I also think of my mom. On the way to the hospital, my parents know what I do, and I've taught my mom how to connect with her guides and loved ones. She asks, "Guides, please give me a sign that she's going to be okay. She's my tree, and I'm her apple. Your apple doesn't fall far from the tree." The nurse says, "Hi, my name is Apple, and I'm going to be working with Kristen, and excuse me," when they arrive at the hospital. She adds, "Yes, my name's Apple, my name's Apollonia, but my friends call me Apple." That was the sign. So many miracles have occurred. My friend's kid, whose near-death experience I witnessed, told his mother, "I saw Kristen," while praying. As they prayed for me, her kid remarked, "I saw Kristen," and we hugged. After defibrillator surgery and a few weeks recovery, I messaged her, "I saw your son on the other side." We embraced after seeing his smile. She added, "Kristen, that's exactly the smile that he would make, this little smirk." He went to her since she's a medium. To her, he said, "I was with Kristen. I saw Kristen." Validating each other was fantastic. I recall recovery, not trauma. I recall being sore and breathless. I practiced breathing for days. However, being back was meaningful for me. My family experienced some stress seeing me in that state, but I had this great euphoric experience that justified my existence. I hope my tale shows you how loved we are, how we never die, how our loved ones are always with us, and how there's no agony when we die. If you're afraid about your loved ones dying alone, God takes us out in a blink. Everything is mind, and we are loved and supported. We have so much more control than we realize. It's about getting to that heart area and letting that spirit brain come out more so you can hear guides, hear loved ones, and feel peace and serenity, and know everything will be